Hey everybody, I'm going to talk about Loki, episode 5. Now, it wasn't um, as much of a, exciting type of episode. It was shorter. I think it was a little bit shorter. Before I go any further, I'm going to be talking about episode 5 Loki. There are going to be spoilers. Spoilers, 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 spoilers. Even though, so that said, spoilers. Now, even though that's said, they really didn't do, they didn't really, it wasn't like episode 4. Episode 4 is like major reveals, major actions, major stuff going. Episode 5 was kind of like, heading towards episode 6. Finding a way to get past the void, which is that big monster, Alioth. Getting past that monster, Alioth. And Sylvia and Loki did. And, next episode, we're going to see them entering this kingdom, this little house on top of, or campus on top of the world. Now, saying that, there was a lot of good stuff. Definitely got a little bit more character development between Sylvia and Loki. And we also find out that Lokis are more powerful than they realize. Because classic Loki did a major, illusion that was like real. A major real illusion. And that is what that Loki, that classic Loki does, that major illusion. Now, so we had a good chance to see him in his full powers. We actually had a chance to see a lot of Lokis in their full power, including our Loki get the, doing the ability of enchantment. Because he had to do enchantment with Sylvia to get into the other realm. So, we're getting into the other realm. Now, the big bad, that's what the big bad is. Now, a lot of people are thinking that the big bad is going to be Kang. And it's a good possibility that it's going to be Kang. I haven't read those comics. I usually, Spider-Man comics, I also read like the 2099 series. Of course, that was a long time ago. So I don't know about comics as much as some of these other YouTubers who talk about Marvel and the comics and stuff. So I get a lot of that information from them, which is good. But I still wonder, because it was like a lot of other little seeds going, Loki is stronger than we realize. That's what Loki said to Sylvia. We're stronger than we realize, because she was asking, how did classic Loki do that massive real illusion, enough to distract Alioth, so they can actually enchant him and go into the that other realm. Now, I suppose it could be Kang. It could be, it's like this other character they talked about, he who remains. That would be like so Wizard of Oz, if like behind these like timekeepers, these like robots, timekeepers. You see this like little old man, kind of like the Wizard of Oz. That would be like, I'd still be satisfied when I see that. Be satisfied when I see Kang. But I also wonder. So a lot of people don't think it's going to be a Loki. Um, I think it could be a Loki. Just because of what they've told us, what Loki's told us about Loki's, about being more powerful than we realize. Because if two Lokis can get to the end, well, three Lokis working together can get to the end. Who says another Loki variant didn't do this? Or maybe this is the original Loki, not, because all the other Lokis are variants, and this is like the original Omega Prime Loki, which is a Nexus being, kind of like the Scarlet Witch. Now, there's also a possibility that, Loki is Mephisto, because they keep referencing Loki as the devil. So, it could be. So, it could be Kang, it could be He Who Remains, it could be a Loki Prime, like the ultimate Loki as a Nexus being, because Nexus beings can control their own reality. Now I don't think Loki was a Nexus being in the comics, but I've never read the comics, so I can kind of go beyond the comics because I've never read those. But imagine a Nexus Loki, power of the Scarlet Witch, only green magic because hers was red, and they have like different color magics. So that's just some of the ideas. And we know that the multiverse already exists. We know that it already exists because of Doctor Strange. So this business about having one timeline, that doesn't make, it's just bullshit propaganda from the TVA and whoever is in charge of the TVA. Which would be very fitting of a Loki to be in charge of that whole thing, because Loki himself says, so this is true power, the power of time. So I think we are moving towards like the Loki Prime, and all these other Lokis are just variants of Loki Prime. And maybe that's why only Loki survive, because Nexus beings do survive. I wonder if, and also like saying like he never would be a god. He was talking to, well, we assumed he was talking to Thanos, but could have been Loki Prime talking to him. Who the Loki Prime being the true god, the true Nexus being. I don't know. I don't know. In mythology, Loki goes back, to the Internals. I don't know if it goes back to Celestials, even though I think the Celestials created the Internals. I'm not quite sure about that, but about how different things are created. So it's possible because we are getting on a Eternal, and Multiverse of Madness is just like the multiverse was put in madness, probably because of Loki, or Loki variants, or maybe there's like an alternate plan of Loki. I don't know. Or maybe Loki is just Loki Prime is just like sitting down and having a nice fine wine. But yeah, so just some thoughts. I can't wait till next week, episode 6, which is the last episode. It's got to be a big one, and I do think episode 6 is going to be setting up No Way Home and the Multiverse of Madness. Whether we see Kang as the big bad of this or one of the other ones, I'm still kind of hoping for Loki Prime, the first Loki, the Loki that is the Nexus being, because Nexus beings can control reality when they know their power, because we know Scarlet Witch she didn't know her power and she could do like tremendous things. Can you imagine what she could do or a Nexus being can do if they actually know their power, they could control time. So, just some thoughts. It's just fun, seeing all these other ideas from people who have been in Marvels and adding mine to that. It's just a fun ride, and this is what us geeks do who love to talk about the shows that, And another show, if you haven't seen The Magicians, okay, it's a sci-fi original. It's awesome. I mean, the new Battlestar Galactica was a sci-fi original. Magicians was actually a good one. 5 seasons. I binge watched 5 seasons in about 2 weeks. It probably would have been sooner if I wasn't working, but 2 weeks is still pretty good because I was just like, as soon as one ended, I had to watch the next one and even start the next one. It was like chips. If you like magicians and that type of, a school for magicians and a quest and all these, and the other thing too that's awesome with sci-fi originals is character development. It's awesome character development, just like Marvel has been doing. So haven't really been doing anything with Star Wars. Bad Batch is on. Mixed reviews about that. The next big one, the next big show, I think, is like the Book of Boba Fett this December. So hopefully Lucasfilms and Disney gets their stuff together before that. They really should get rid of Kathleen Kennedy because, yeah. Anyways, we don't need wokeness in our shows. But anyways, what is wokeness really? What is it? What is it? What is it? It's just the weak trying to control the strong. Anyways, yes, I hope you enjoy. And yeah, Loki, awesome. I just got the Spider-Man T-shirt. These are the comics I used to read this and Ghost Rider. So I'm wondering if we'll see Ghost Rider at some point coming into the Marvel universe. That would be awesome. The Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, with the blue flame, the angel flame. But anyways, ciao. Talk to you later. And enjoy the movies. Enjoy the movies. Enjoy the story. Enjoy story. Because that's how we learn, through story. Ciao.